Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Good morning.
Ooh, good morning.
Happy
Good
Monday.
morning. And it's your birthday.
Mine?
Oh, would you say happy? Oh, Monday. I thought you said happy birthday.
No, my birthday's in January.
I was like,
Terry.
it already happened. We did this already.
Yeah, we were through this.
That's
whole
what
thing.
I like. The Maddie that comes in, her eyes are closed, sort of, when she says her things. Now they're open, and so she's ready to go.
It is someone's birthday, though.
When I smile,
Because
you make my eyes close.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're
It's because I'm happy, Terry.
hungover or goofy. Yeah, that's what I know. You're happy, and I'm happy when you're happy.
Oh.
Fish, whose birthday is it?
Well, I wouldn't say it's her birthday, but they're celebrating it. The Queen's birthday is today,
Oh,
or the Queen's
dude,
birthday celebration.
I thought that was last week.
No,
I
that
thought
was the
that was-
Jubilee. That was something different.
Jeez. You know what? I am not into the Monarch or whatever.
Well,
the hell
I'm
they are.
only in it because they had sports on this morning, so how do you not?
How do you not?
You know what?
How was
I am
your
glad
weekend?
we decided we didn't want to be like them and decided to come over here.
Okay.
Thank God. And thank
And why do
whoever's
we care about them?
We don't.
You know, I don't know
Only
why.
Fish
I,
does.
I find that fascinating that like the American news actually cares. I don't know why we care.
I know. I mean, they
It's
don't do
because
anything.
we can't wrap our head around like what they do.
Well,
They,
it's like so
okay,
they go to
different than-
ceremonies.
But it's like it's so different than anything that we have here, so I think they're just like, oh my gosh.
yeah,
this
but you
is
know
what's
why we
happening.
care now because we have an American there who, by the way, is screwing up their system.
Well,
Fight
good.
me.
I don't. Whatever. We
We're
gotta
not
get the
gonna
show
fight
started.
you.
We're not gonna
How's
fight
your
you, Fish.
weekend?
My weekend was not as good as yours. I'll tell you that.
I guarantee you it was better.
I guarantee you, your weekend doing shots with Fish's mom was much
Okay,
better
yes.
than mine.
I did do shots of the Fish's mom. It was the highlight of my life. Judy, shout out to you. You're the best.
There you
So
go.
Judy drinks.
Yep.
Judy and I did screwball shots on Friday night.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Judy's a freak. Sorry, Fish. Oh God! All right, Terry, were you at the game for Mickey's 3,000?
I was at the 10,000. Oh, not 10,000, but it felt like 10,000 to nothing. The 10-1 game on
All
Friday.
right, all right. Well, you didn't miss the booze at least, right?
I did not hear the booze
Interesting.
because I was in a section with Toronto Blue Jay fans, and why would they boo Javi Baez?
Well,
But I was
Javi
not
Baez
there.
got booed.
Javi Baez got booed on Friday.
Avila and Chris
And-
Illitch got booed.
On Sunday.
And I thought that was the highlight of my weekend. I never felt more proud to be a citizen of not only this country but this city.
But you know what?
I've never been
Yeah.
more proud in my life.
But you know what? The weird thing is, when they started booing, you heard some clapping and cheers, even for Avila. Which is, who would...
See,
who would-
if I'm
Okay,
in the
those are the
stands,
Toronto
see,
fans.
See, this is why I'm not allowed at games. Because if I'm in the stands, I'm whoever's clapping and cheering for Avila, automatic death sentence. If I was a dictator.
I think it could have been worse, but I don't think it was that bad because, well, you're celebrating Miguel Cabrera, and then here's these two clowns. Yeah, I'm going to boo, but I'm not going to go off the chart.
They were
booing.
respectful. I thought it was very good booze. I thought they did a great job. So shout out to everybody at Comerica Park that booed Chris Illitch and Avila.
Were you there?
I was not.
You were just booing from home.
I wasn't even booing from home. I was just laughing at the TV. I was so proud of the moment. It made me very warm inside. Like I said, I
Yeah,
was
the warm
never
and
more
fuzzies.
proud. I haven't been this proud to be from Detroit probably since the Wings lifted the cup.
Wow.
It's been a minute. 2008, we're talking.
It makes no sense to boo at home. Who can hear you? I guess you.
Yeah.
Yourself and whoever's
If
in
you
the house.
want to
Yeah, I don't
pretend
boo it.
like you're part of, you
Yeah.
know, why
But
do
you're
people
not.
yell at the TV?
Yeah, why?
I don't yell
why
at
Can
the
nobody
TV.
hear you?
Why do people yell
Well,
and break their
that's
TV?
I
an
yell at the
emotional
TV.
thing when it's like something
So is
spontaneous happens
booing.
and you
Are
yell.
you kidding me? That's like the highlight of his
No,
year.
booing is something that's planned. I think you.
Planned?
Oh, Chris Illitch is gonna be out there, so I'm gonna boo his ass.
You should write a handwritten note and mail it over.
I was going to write a strongly worded email, but that would work as well. Oh man, they just need
But
to
a
get rid of
handwritten
this
letter
bum.
just like hits better, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like somebody took the time to actually write this letter.
Jonah
and
found
mail
me
it
front
to
row
me.
seats, by the way.
I know.
Oh.
I bought the tickets.
When's the game?
On the, I have to check my calendar. I don't know.
It's a Friday night game.
I think it's this Friday or the following Friday. It's one of
Okay.
the 2 Fridays.
I
So,
think it's this Friday.
It's happening. Either I am going to get arrested or everything's going to go very well and
I'll bail you out.
my point's going to be made.
Love that.
I won't bail you out, but
Yeah, I don't need to get bailed out. It's fine.
I work.
He'll get out somehow.
I'll do
He
whatever
knows
it takes.
people.
He does know people.
Oh, man. Terry, all right. Look, weekend recap. They lose the series to Toronto. No surprise. Toronto's one of the better teams in baseball. They got one of the better hitting lineups in baseball. But one of the games, the Tigers, like they always do, they win because of pitching.
Right.
And they hold the Blue Jays in check in 1 game out of the 3 in the series. They lose 2 out of the 3. Over their last 25 games, Terry, they're 15-10 after the 9-24 start. And 15-10, that's respectable in baseball.
That's pretty
basically
good. That's
2 out of every 3.
That's actually great for this squad.
Yeah, it's 2 out of every 3, and they're playing good baseball right now. They lost a game with Skubal on the mound. He did get beat by Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is,
Right.
I mean, talk about a thick boy who is strong as hell. That's him. He's unbelievable. Probably, to be honest, any other year he wins MVP last year, but Shohei Ohtani was doing things I don't think anybody expected last year. But beyond the point,
Is Ohtani one of those guys that can win MVP every year, but you're just not going to give it to him because of that?
it's gonna end up developing that way. But right now, I think the clear MVP is Aaron Judge. This guy's on pace for like 64 home runs right
He
now.
even hit a home run against the Tigers.
He did.
Yeah.
Again, I think the points have been made by the fans. They're not happy with Avila, nor should they be. Chris Fetter, AJ Hinch, the coaching staff has been very good for the Detroit Tigers. There are no complaints from my end with this coaching staff. My issue will always be this general manager, the guy who's buying and selling what you have. That guy. That's the problem, Terry.
Yeah.
So when they boo, I don't have a problem with it. I don't mind fans showing their frustrations.
You need to show management you're not happy. Because if you don't boo, they're like, okay, everything's good here in Detroit, losing, and the fans are okay with it. Let's raise ticket prices again, because they'll come out and they don't give a damn. So I know some people don't understand booing, but booing is one of the few ways that fans can show this is not happening. Yes, when you don't show up, that's a sign, but I think booing is a necessary evil. And Chris Illitch
Comes with the territory.
right? And Chris Illitch, he's up in his little box, and
like
he
being a
doesn't have to
politician.
face anything, right? And he's in his little cubicle over at Little Caesars headquarters. He might listen to talk radio. He might read the newspapers. He may not. But when he's on the field and you let him know, we're not happy with you, we're not happy with your GM, then that affects people. And I'm glad they did it. Wish it had been a little louder, but fans did what they had to do.
Yeah, look, Adham, Terry Miguel Cabrera's, ceremony. That day was about him. Couldn't you have booed? Well, no. When are Avila and Chris Illitch ever going to be on the baseball field?
Right.
When's that ever going to happen again? No, I think the fans did a great job. I'm glad they voiced their concerns. Like being a politician, guys. You have the approval rating poll, right? Oh, I'm at 52%. It's not looking good. Oh, I'm at 60%. Avila probably right now, if we're being fair, right? Because I think a lot of our responsibility, Terry, is to be fair. And I would say Avila's approval rating, if I'm honest and not disingenuous, I would say it's somewhere between 3 and 5%.
3 and 5%?
Somewhere between 3 and 5.
I think it's a little higher because there's a lot of people that try to give people the benefit of the doubt. So I was going to say it's like 30%.
Yeah, you know what? If we have a 30% approval rating for Avila, I'm not sure what people are watching. Well, Adham, listen, Adham, he can't come down from the box from all the way up there and hit the baseball. Yeah, I know that, guys.
Yeah, I am so
This is the
sick
right
of that
voice.
argument. Well, he's not striking
many.
out. He's not, but He got the guy
That's
who's striking out. He got the guy who's reaching. By the way, he's not doing that anymore. Who's reaching 4 or 5 feet outside the strike zone to try to hit a baseball.
Let me ask you guys an honest question, all right? I don't mean this in a bad way, but any other organization, and not just organization, just any team in baseball, any fan base, do you think they would put up with what Avila has done over the last 6 years? Forget the first two because they had a good roster, and then it was when he started selling away and going into the rebuild that he was just a complete disaster. Does anybody else deal with this? Does any other owner actually deal with this, Terry? Where you suck for this long, and you say you're out of the rebuild, you're still in a rebuild, you have no assets, you can't go out and get your guys unless you open up the checkbook, which can't be all done in one off season.
I'd have to say the only way you can get away with this is towns where you only have a baseball team or you don't have the 4 majors. Detroit is a very tolerant fan base, and no matter how bad things are, there is a loud group of people who make excuses, and then they wouldn't boo. And in fact, when Avila and Chris Illitch were on the field, there were some cheers. Probably came from Toronto Blue Jay fans, to be honest, but the booing wasn't that loud.
Shame on those people. See, again, this is why if I was a dictator, those people automatically eliminated. I don't care. I don't care what age you are. Can't clap for Avila. Can't do it.
Well, what if you're a Blue Jay fan having a good time and you know because of Avila, your team's going to win at least 2 of the 3 games in Detroit?
That's acceptable.
Okay, so don't eliminate those people.
In
fact, I was around. I went to the game Friday, and I was around so many of those people that I did not hear the Javi Baez boos. He got booed on Friday, and but I was, everybody was wearing blue around us because we sat behind the first base dugout, and that's the visitors' dugout, and that's where the Raptors were. Not the Raptors. I always call them the Raptors. The Blue Jays. So they were happy people. Most of them were from Windsor and outside of Windsor, but they were happy. So they drowned out the boos for me.
You know what's crazy, Terry? Is if you look at this team, Spencer Torkelson's batting 186.
Yes.
That's better than the other 23 registered batters on the roster. He has the 4th highest batting average of everybody that qualifies with 3.1 plate appearances a game. That's bad.
You want to know something else that's bad?
There's only
Javi Baez, who we're booing, has the 5th highest batting average on the team for the qualified. Even though he reaches out, I call him scoop, because he's trying to scoop something out of the dirt, or he's reaching way out. But that's sad. A guy that's getting booed has the 5th highest batting average on the team.
When Miguel Cabrera leads your team in RBIs, on-base percentage, average, slugging percentage, OPS, at 39 years old, you have a problem.
You do it. Now, you're supposed to do that at 25, but not at 39.
Not at 39. It's frustrating. It is frustrating. But you know what? You know what isn't frustrating?
What?
The awesome, delicious Strawberry Fest going on at Big Boy.
I know that is right. Yes, the Strawberry Fest is still going on at Big Boy, but I think this is actually the last week that it's going on. Make sure you head on over to Big Boy. They've got new breakfast items like their strawberry waffles, their strawberry hotcakes, pancakes. They also have a new strawberry bacon chicken wrap as well. And let's not forget their very delicious strawberry pie for just $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more. So head on over to your local Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live. All right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Adam, tell us how you golfed this weekend.
Ooh, I golfed pretty well, actually. I was part of a group for a charity event. I believe they were raising money for, I forget who the person was, to be honest with you. I was just there to golf. I didn't participate at all. Stick invited me.
I only got one Snapchat.
Yeah, I golfed pretty decently.
Rude.
Yeah, sorry, Maddie. I was busy. I golfed pretty decently. I had a good
You were
time.
busy golfing decent, which is not a good enough excuse to not
Yeah,
Snapchat me.
All right. Shut up, Maddie.
Oh, here we go. Love taps again.
There we go. Terry Dan Campbell praises his coordinator, says there's an internal competition between the two, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, and also gives, I would say, a considerable amount of praise towards Sheila Hamp, who he says he would love for her to get more involved and speak up on things regarding the team. Terry, two-parter here. Do you finally, or not finally, is this the staff you've had most confidence in recent memory?
No. I have the most in not recent memory. Period.
All right,
We
that's
don't have
what
to
I
go
like
to
to hear.
recent memory,
That's where I'm
period.
going with this.
With the Lions.
The confidence in the staff. Where does it rank? Just in franchise history, and then what do you make of Sheila Hamp's involvement with the team?
I think Sheila Hamp, her involvement is very important because she really tried to go out and find the best people for the Detroit Lions. Now, whether she succeeded or not, that's to be determined. But it's something her dad did not do. He was notorious for hiring his buddies. She did not hire. She didn't know. She may have known Dan Campbell beforehand, but she didn't hire him because that was her pal. Aaron, all these other people that she hired, Brad Holmes, she thought legitimately, or her group thought this was the best group for the Detroit Lions. So I got to give her praise there. And I will go a step further. Maybe it's not saying much, but the Detroit Lions ownership and leadership group is the best in the city of Detroit with the pro teams. I've never been able to say that. And I've never said that, but first time in history, the Detroit Lions are the best ownership group in Detroit. Now, you can say, well, all the teams are losing, but the Lions are losing too, but they're going to get out of this funk because you got like a guy like Brad Holmes, who, by the way, I did see the little draft day video, who's building the team the way he wants to and is being allowed to do that. He's not cutting corners. If he was cutting corners and had a time clock on him, he would make some wacky picks that would be popular with a certain group of the fan base who doesn't know about winning, but just wants some star players on here. But he's doing things the way he wants to, and he's being given time to do that. And I think that's very important. That's another reason why the Detroit Lions are the best ownership group in Detroit, and it's because of Sheila Hamp.
I mean, we're basically in lockstep on this. I think she's done a very good job post Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. And she's also evolved. I think it's very important, not only as an owner, as just a human. You have to get better at things, right?
Right.
You make mistakes, fine. Everybody makes mistakes. There's no owner that's gotten every decision right. There's no GM that's gotten every decision right. Sooner or later, Brad Holmes is going to make a mistake. Hasn't made one yet. He's going to make one. Welcome to the game that we play in. You are going to make a mistake.
Well, maybe he did with Trinity Benson.
Yeah,
Now
late round picks. Not that for
Right.
me isn't really a mistake. It's just a whatever thing. But, Jameson Williams could miss. Ayton Hutchinson could miss. Who knows? Pascal could miss. All right, where are the mistakes? Are they mistakes? Again, everybody is afforded them.
If Ayton Hutchinson misses, it'd be a combination of he didn't have this he didn't have this.
I wouldn't say
fortitude.
that's a mistake because he is the number 2 overall pick, and
Right.
it was kind of consensus across the room. Everybody thought he was the first or second best player in the draft.
That means everybody
Made a mistake. Yeah, so that to
Except
be fair.
Jacksonville.
So in this draft, I would say Jameson Williams would be the mistake if he misses, correct? Because they traded
Yes.
up to get him. So, the mistake could be out there. It could be out there in free agency. It could be with, not unfortunately, but fortunately, actually, for Brad Holmes, he hasn't signed anybody in free agency to long-term deals.
You know what the next big mistake could be, and this could be critical?
What is that?
Quarterback.
Oh, well, that is the ultimate next
Who
decision.
is going to be the next quarterback? I'm not convinced it's going to be a rookie quarterback out of the draft. I think there's a shot that it could be a veteran quarterback that they kind of like and feel that they're further along than we think they are, and that they can put this guy in and start winning.
This is probably the most confident I've been in the Detroit Lions ever. And again, Terry, let's just call it what it is. Well, Terry and Adham, last year they were 3-13-1. How are you consuming all this Kool-Aid going into the year? Where is it coming from, Terry? I can't speak for you, so I'll let you say it. But
I don't think it's Kool-Aid. It is me saying I'm seeing the Lions doing things that real franchises doing.
Thank you.
For the first time in my life. I mean, they clowned for years. And there's a huge segment of the fan base. Hey, next year, we're going to get him next year. Watch him. This guy you say he can't play, he's going to surprise you. And guess what? He never surprises me. Oh, this team's going to surprise you next year.
I'm so glad you said that.
I said, why?
I really
they don't
am.
have talent.
It's very important to understand, too, Maddie, with Terry. Terry's been around for all of it. Terry's seen it from the 90s to the early 2000s to the 2010s, and now we're in the 2020s. He's been there, done that. And when Terry Foster says, yeah, they're operating like normal franchises, put the camera on Terry. Flex. It's all good, Terry.
That's right. I said it.
That means something. And look, are they going to be a 12-win, 13-win team this year? Probably not. Very likely not. I would probably bet the mortgage on it.
They'll be bad again this year.
They'll be better than last year, but they won't be great. They won't be very good. They might just be good. Good being 8-9 wins. They're just good. They're
Or
average.
solid.
Middle of the pack. They're just average. All right, fine. But when's the last time you had a GM that operated like Brad Holmes? And I'm not talking just about draft picks. I'm talking about getting the whole front office, the whole organization on the same page. That doesn't happen. If Brad Holmes is a bad GM, Sheila Hamp looks really bad right now. Not because of only her decision, but communication. It isn't as good as wow, that's a tongue twister. It isn't as good as it is right now. And that's just the reality. Poor leadership trickles down and up. It's a two-way street.
I think the little video you talked about and the one I saw about the draft is another sign that the Lions are different, because everything before was so secretive. They didn't want you to know how they did things. They didn't want you to see their reaction when a player was out. Now they do. And so to me, it's an organization. We're confident that we're going to get our people. And when we do, we're going to flex and show you that we are happy about that. Before, the Lions are always, yeah, we got the guy that we wanted. And they mumble, this guy's good, he's good. But they didn't really mean it. Or they didn't know.
They never knew. They never knew what they were doing. And when a guy comes from LA, which is a very respected franchise at the moment, and he worked both when it was garbage and when it got really good. Right. He was there. And he was part of the front offices that drafted all that talent, that when Sean McVay walked in, it was like, just give me one draft free agency and I'll turn this thing into a winner, which he did right away.
Right.
And that to me is fascinating. So, yeah, you brought it up earlier that the big decision is quarterback. Yeah, I mean, that's every GM's decision. That's the biggest one for every GM. If you don't walk into a situation with the quarterback, that is priority 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get the quarterback right.
At the right time. Now, let me just say something else. If Brad Holmes was under a time clock or he felt pressured to show something to Sheila Hamp, to show something to Lions fans, you know what he would have done?
He would have drafted a quarterback at 2.
He would have drafted Malik Willis.
Yep. And what does that say, though, about ownership, too? Right, you need to feel
they're
confident.
They're not meddling because in past, I'm convinced some of the GMs wanted to go somewhere else, and the forwards were like, no, we need a quarterback. We need to show fans that we have a quarterback. So they just did whatever they had to do.
Just to qualify mistakes, just so you guys understand what I mean by mistakes, you can have a Trinity Benson issue, a Perriman issue. That's fine. That's not a mistake. A mistake is drafting Eric Ebron. A mistake is trading Darius Slay. A mistake is giving a bad contract to an individual. Those are mistakes. Not a bunch of nobodies that you never see on the field that don't cost the team a damn thing. All right?
It's something that's going to hurt you.
That's going to impact your franchise for the long term. Oh, I don't know, drafting Jeff Okudah at 3 when you knew your quarterback was 1 foot out the door. Oh yeah, that's the absolute perfect example of a bad decision. And like you said, Sheila's not meddling, and I think that's super important from an owner. I think it's also important that Brad Holmes, let's just call it what it is, he has everybody believing in him. That's a tough thing to do when you're the Detroit Lions GM.
It is.
So you got to give him credit. He's doing a hell of a job. Again, I don't think this is a division-winning team this year unless Green Bay and Minnesota just completely fall apart, which I don't see happening. But forget that. Are they on the 3-year window or timeline, excuse me? Are they on a 3-year timeline from day one where they're going to be competing for the division next year? I think they are. And the only reason, Terry, they wouldn't be division contenders next year is one of two things. Jared Goff completely regresses this year and looks like a bum quarterback. And then they have to go out and get a rookie quarterback who either may hit year one or miss. Who knows, right? You're investing into a rookie.
Chances are he's going to miss year one.
Ideally, you get a Justin Herbert, a Joe Burrow that just come into the league and light it up, but that doesn't always happen. All right, well, what's the other option? Oh, well, Dan Campbell just can't coach. Which right now, let's just call it what it is. Data and also what's going on points you in the direction of he looks like it could work. Not a guarantee. It's not a failure yet either. The only way this team doesn't contend for the division in year 3 is because of poor coaching or because poor quarterback play. The only excuse they have. Or it's not excuse, but the only reason, Terry, at least for me. I think the GM's adding talent to the roster. I don't think that's an issue.
And they are changing their culture. It is different in that locker room. And you may not be able to see it on the field yet, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And a lot of times when you hear real organizations who've been who are winning Super Bowls or competing for them, there's always some lean years that they had to overcome. So they had to build it the way that the GM saw fit. A lot of times the fans are like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing it this way? Because we're trying to do a long-term fix. We're not trying to make you happy by, bringing in, high-profile players who may not be the right fit in the long run. NFL, every sport, you got to build from the inside out. And that's what the Lions have done. I mean, they got Penei Sewell. They've got one of the best offensive lines in NFL. And you know what? That's boring. That's not, Penei Sewell's never going to be a guy that, you're going to be talking about all the time. Do you see what Penei Sewell did yesterday? Oh, my God, this guy's good. No, because he's an offensive lineman. Now they got Ayton Hutchinson. They got Pasquale. They got guys in the middle, in the trenches, who their job is to beat you up. But that's not sexy. Ayton Hutchinson is sexy because he was a Heisman finalist. He's from here. But you don't look at a rush in as a sexy pick. Even though I do, I see them as a sexy pick because I understand this. From talking to my NFL people for years, the way that you win is, you have to have a quarterback, or if you decide you want to go a different route, a solid running game. But the key is, the most important player on that field is a quarterback. you got to disrupt that man who's playing against you. You got to disrupt that man who's trying to crush you. You cannot have that guy in the backfield patting the ball, deciding where to go. Under Matt Patricia, if you looked at opposing quarterbacks, they're looking like, okay, well, am I going to go left, right? I don't know where I'm. You know what? I don't know where I'm going to go because I have so many options, and I have time to think about it. You got to eliminate that. And that's what the Lions are doing.
Well, you know what you need to eliminate? Bad bets. And you start listening to me. Because I took the Warriors at halftime when they were down. Oh, man. Terry, I got it at plus 186. Beautiful $300 bet turned into $858. Good weekend. Good weekend. But anyways, my bookie, the place you need to be placing your sports bets. Tonight, Game 5 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors are 4-point favorites. Make sure you take advantage of my bookie bet from anywhere, anytime using my bookie. Sign up today using code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. And yes, Fish, I did have a great night last night. Thank you very much.
I did
Would you
as
sleep
well.
with his mom?
I wish.
Fish, you got to be careful. All right, don't let your mom be hanging out with Maddie.
I mean, I can't control her, so.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I can tell them, but that doesn't mean they're gonna listen. All I can do is just sit there and just watch. Sorry, there's nothing I could really do.
I'm sure you'd love to watch, buddy.
So if your mom sleeps with Maddie, you're going to watch?
Well, no, but I mean, I have
That's
no
a
choice.
yes.
Well, no, I have no choice just to sit there and just cry. I don't know. Smile, cry. I don't know. I won't even be angry. I'll just be.
Never
Just-
change,
You know
buddy.
what? He's
Cool.
being supportive of his mom and
That's
his
right.
girlfriend. They want
What
to
more
sleep
can you
together.
ask for?
I need to get in a relationship like that.
Thanks for asking how
right.
my night went, by the way. It went great.
I
Hell
saw
yeah.
all your selfies. Did
Hey,
you have a
it's-
good time watching your sports?
How do you not? I mean, it's Monday. There's games on. There were some pretty good games actually last night that you guys missed out on. So good job.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we're back here on the morning show. Terry,
Are we?
the 16 quarterbacks in the NFC. Of the 16, where would you guess Jared Goff is ranked?
In the bottom 80%.
Really? So you think somewhere between 13 and 16?
10 and 16.
10 and 16. All right, that's a little fair. So I'm just going to read you off the list.
Okay.
We'll start Tom Brady, number 1, Aaron Rodgers, number 2, and Alex, when you can, please put it up on the screen. Matthew Stafford, number 3. Dak Prescott, number 4. Kyler Murray, number 5. Kirk Cousins, 6. Jalen Hurts, 7. Carson Wentz, 8. James Winston, 9. Trey Lance, Justin Fields, 10 and 11. And then Jared Goff at number 12. Jared Goff is behind a rookie quarterback who was assaulted last year in Chicago, and Justin Fields, who got zero support in the offseason and lost his number 1 wide receiver.
All right. Am I allowed to disagree with some of this?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah, you are.
Okay.
Num-
I would not put him behind Justin Fields from the standpoint that Justin Fields got no coaching and no leadership. So maybe physically Justin Fields might be better, but what I see on the field, he's not. And also, Jared Goff has the opportunity to be at least ahead of Carson Wentz. He could at least be in that territory if he gets the proper coaching and he feels more comfortable with the Lions in his second season with them. So I think there's the potential for him to be 9 or 10. Because
Goff,
Hurts, yeah, Goff.
Yep.
Because Wentz, Hurts.
I think Wentz, Hurts should be above Jared Goff for now.
I know, but they don't impress me that much. I'm not like, oh man, these guys are great, but he could be in that category
for sure. And Alex, if you could put it up one more time, Terry, if I'm looking at this list, Jared Goff moves up to 9 for me. He goes up to 9, and everybody goes down a slot. Trey Lance and Justin Fields are unproven. Jameis Winston, coming off major surgery, I believe, hasn't thrown a football on the field in God knows how long. Is not really a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's a starting quarterback on the Saints because, well, they're the Saints right now. And that doesn't mean much. Carson Wentz in Washington, I like. Hurts, I like at 7. My real problem in the top 8 is the order of 1 and 3. I think 1 should be Matthew Stafford, 2 should be Tom Brady, and 3 should be Aaron Rodgers. I'm not sure why the hell he's 3 when he sent both of their asses home in the playoffs last season, and he beat them in the regular season.
Okay, one word. Reputation.
What is Aaron Rodgers' reputation, Terry? I would love to know.
Aaron Rodgers' reputation is he is a great quarterback. In fact, his reputation is being one of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks of all time.
In the regular season.
But what he actually is, and this is different from reputation, what he actually is he's a choke artist.
Thank you.
He's got all these games at Lambeau Field in the playoffs. It's cold. It's miserable. The other team is from, like, Bermuda or Jamaica, and they don't want to be there. But guess what? They still beat your ass. To me, that's a problem.
I think it's BS. Look, you want to put the greatest quarterback of all time number 1? All right, fine. I'll live with it. You're going to put Aaron Rodgers ahead of Matthew Stafford, who in one season removed from the worst situation in football, in all of football, delivers a Super Bowl, and it's still in his prime. Yeah, okay. That makes so much sense.
Okay, before Matthew Stafford was traded, for all those years, let's talk about these 10, 12 years.
Yep.
At any point, did you say Stafford is better than Aaron Rodgers?
No.
No, you didn't.
But he had the same talent.
But you're saying after 1 year, that Stafford is better than Aaron Rodgers.
Because he's done in one season what Aaron Rodgers has only done once in his 15, 16 seasons with the Green Bay Packers, who have been a consistent organization, stable. They've built multiple contending teams around Aaron, and he's delivered all but one NFC Championship win, all but one Super Bowl title.
All right, but I can understand you saying that. But on the flip, you've gone around in life for 10 of 11 years saying Aaron Rodgers is better than Matthew Stafford. Even though Stafford won a Super Bowl, I don't think you're going to be programmed to say, oh, Stafford is better now.
Well, see, I'm willing to have the conversation and say he's better than Aaron Rodgers right now and even last year, easily last year. He is now in a real situation, right? If I throw Matthew Stafford with the Green Bay Packers all those years in that NFC North division in place of Aaron Rodgers, do they not have the same success, if not more? Based on what you've seen 1 year removed from Detroit.
That all depends. Aaron Rodgers is pretty damn good.
Absolutely.
And he's been dominant. In fact, here's what people in Detroit say. If Aaron Rodgers retires or leaves Green Bay, the Lions have a shot to win the division. If he doesn't leave, they don't have a shot. So in their mind, they're talking about greatness. Because
I want to know the definition of greatness, because 6,000 yards, 50-plus touchdowns, a Super Bowl, the first quarterback ever to do that in NFL history, 14 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the fourth quarter all last season, only the second quarterback in NFL history to lead 3 game-winning drives in the playoffs. I mean,
You're talking about 1 year.
It is 1 year, but what has Aaron Rodgers given me over 12 years? Beating down on the NFC North that had the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings, who were all up and down every single year, where the Bears or the Vikings would win the division every 3-4 years, but the rest of it was the Packers. I mean, context matters. Matt LaFleur shows up, rejuvenates Aaron Rodgers. He wins back-to-back MVPs. Everybody's giving him credit. Aaron Rodgers gets all the love and credit. Oh, but in the playoffs, it's his defense. He has one of the best defenses in the NFL. There are no excuses last year.
How many MVPs does Matthew Stafford have?
0.
Right. Aaron Rodgers has multiple.
Yep.
That is another factor in why Aaron Rodgers is rated ahead of Matthew Stafford. I at no point in my life said that Stafford is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. Ever. And then maybe, last year because he won the Super Bowl, I could say, well, yeah, maybe he was better for 1 year.
I think he's overrated.
I can't erase that.
I think he's overrated. I think
he
he's
might be
fantastic in the regular season.
But you know what? He's overrated in my head, and I can't get that out of my mind. But I would rate Rodgers ahead of Stafford.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he should be 2 at worst. Only Brady could be above him. But having said that, he sent it's irrelevant right now. Jared Goff, I think, should be 9 on that list. If you want to put him above Carson Wentz, I'm willing to have that conversation. I think if Jared Goff was on the Colts last year, the Colts make the playoffs, by the way. Again, Carson Wentz is a player I like, but damn it, when he has a bad game, Terry, it's really bad. It's really bad. What he'll do in Washington, that's a wait and see. I think Jared Goff at 9 would be much more fair than 12. I'm not sure how you put a rookie quarterback in Trey Lance, who's really a rookie quarterback. He's going in his second year, but he hasn't started a full season yet. Justin Fields, who was absolutely killed and given no support in the offseason. And then, of course, Jameis Winston. What are we doing?
The turnover machine?
The turnover machine himself, who, by the way, played it good.
In fairness, I think I would not put Goff at 9. I would say he has a opportunity to be at 9. You have to, let's look at the bigger picture. He was 3-13-1. Yes, he was better at the end, but he sucked at the beginning of the season. In fact, we were talking about, should this man keep his job? That's how bad it was. And then as it went on, maybe the last 6 games, not only should he keep his job, but he's doing well at his job.
Well, Terry, you have to understand that Matthew Stafford led the league in pick sixes and interceptions last year. And he's not better than Aaron Rodgers. Even though Aaron Rodgers in his NFC divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers, 20 of 29, 225 yards, 0 touchdowns, but he didn't throw an interception, Terry. That's what matters, right? Aaron Rodgers has to be the biggest bitch in the NFL, at least at the quarterback position. Because what he doesn't do is take risks. He does not take risks at all. Yeah, give me the quarterback who takes a ton of risks, makes a ton of mistakes, but makes up for it by being the first quarterback to throw over 6,000 yards, 50-plus touchdowns, and win the Super Bowl. Wow. But, I'll take the 16 interceptions. Brady threw 12 last year.
Mr. Highwire, do you watch football? And I'm not just talking, do you watch football? Yes or no?
No shit.
Okay. Now, as exciting as we like football and we get all excited about 300-yard games, the bottom line, if you don't turn the ball over, guess what happens? You win a football game.
If you don't throw touchdowns, you can't win a football game.
Yes, you can. If you don't turn it over, yes, you can.
How? Aaron Rodgers, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions against the Niners. If I told you before that game started that the Packers defense would hold the Niners to 13 points, you would laugh and say, "Oh, book it. Packers going to their 4th straight or 3rd straight NFC Championship game." Aaron Rodgers, bad man, 0 touchdowns in a playoff game.
So
at home.
I understand at home, and that's my criticism with him. Like I said, teams come in here from Jamaica and Hawaii when they don't want to be in 50 below 0 weather, but somehow they find a way to win against Aaron Rodgers. That is a flaw.
I love this comment. Why would you take a risk for a team that doesn't give you weapons? Devontae Adams, not a weapon? Aaron Jones, not a weapon?
Well, they could have added more.
They could have added more. Yeah, they should have drafted a wide receiver instead of Jordan Love or a linebacker. Whatever. I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear it. Devontae Adams is better than Cooper Kupp. He's better than OBJ. Matthew Stafford was thrown to who? Basically just Cooper Kupp. There was no tight end. Robert Woods was injured. OBJ got hurt in the Super Bowl. OBJ was barely a factor in the playoffs anyways. The run game was non-existent. I don't want to hear excuses. Shut the fuck up and stop making excuses for Aaron Rodgers. Dumb bitch. We got to go to break. When we get back. Will the champion circle save Michigan
listen to
football?
Spicy over here. Getting all excited over Aaron Rodgers.
Football, man. I can't wait for football season. I'll be calling all you bitches.
Are you going to be a total jerk during football season?
I'm going to be a total ass. I'm going to have cigars ready every single week. I
Stop
can't
banging
wait.
the desk.
I can do whatever I want.
Unnecessary.
I can bang on or the desk. It doesn't matter.
Oh, my God.
He's excited. I like when he's fired up.
All right.
Let him go.
Let me tell you. You know where I was
Listen.
this morning at 5:30?
I don't care.
I was at Planet
Watching
fucking
football.
Fitness.
Oh,
And I was getting my
God.
workout on.
Control yourself.
Let's go, Planet Fitness. Your home of a
He
judgment-free
needs some
zone.
weed. Man.
Planet Fitness, the home of a judgment-free zone, and the official studio sponsor of the Woodward Sports Network. I am having a blast this morning. Your fitness is essential. Take it seriously. Don't be like Alex Westfall and get to the gym. 0 down, $10 a month. Visit planetfitness.com or one of their many Metro Detroit locations. We'll see you in a bit.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes time to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction. If you've got a big project coming up, Alta Rents has you covered. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
All right, we're back here
I hate you.
on the Morning Woodward
As I
Show.
said, there's no way she can get through that read
Hell
because
no.
of you.
She's
I
such a
did just
professional.
fine.
She
You
is
did.
such a professional.
Oh, I'm so professional.
All right. Fish is looking at you like, yep, that's the girl that's sleeping with my mom. All right, here we go.
And not with me.
Question for you this morning.
Yes, sir.
Will the Champion
I hate
Circle, which is the new NIL program for
Yes.
Michigan football, will that save Michigan football? And I don't believe I'm going to agree with you here because I think this idea that it's going to save Michigan football is a bit much, but I do want to hear you out first. Is
Absolutely.
this really?
Because where Michigan football was headed was they were going to say, we're going to just throw the Block M out and you come here because this is Michigan. You can't do that in today's football, college football. So the fact that they at least have a game plan where they're going to, of course, they're not going to try to attract athletes because of NIL, wink, wink. It is going to save them because they made the decision before this to basically set their program on fire. Basically tell recruits, yeah, you can come here and get money, but we don't have a game plan for you. You're going to come here because this is Michigan, this is Ann Arbor. We play. They were going to use the 1970 recruiting playbook to attract athletes. Not going to happen. Not going to happen when Ohio State is being the SEC, when Michigan State and Notre Dame have embraced NIL, and then you're in the middle of this saying, we're Michigan. Yeah, absolutely it's going to save them because they were just gonna do the 1970 recruiting playbook, and that's not going to work in 2022
See,
or 2023.
I don't think it saves Michigan, to be honest with you, because their higher-ups, I believe, will always prevent them from going all in like a Texas A&M, Ohio State, Alabama. Maybe not to that level where they need to spend $13 million a year, but maybe they need to spend $8 million, $7 million, $10 million, who knows? I think the savior of Michigan football was actually Jim Harbaugh 7 years ago. Jim Harbaugh, when he came to Michigan, walked into an unranked team that had no business winning 10 games. And he turned it around. Did he lose in disappointing fashion to Michigan State a few times? To Ohio State all the time up until this past season? Yeah. But you know what Jim Harbaugh did, Terry? He took Michigan to the level where they always thought they were at, which was a team that was one win away from winning the Big Ten. Contenders. And Michigan's history isn't like Ohio State's recent history, Alabama, Georgia. It's never been that. What, last natty in 97? And then prior to that, how long ago do you have to date back for their last national championship prior to 97?
It was in the 40s?
So,
42 or something?
You know, this Jim Harbaugh propelled Michigan to, oh, I demand a Big Ten title. I demand a college football. Okay, fine. He's the reason. Now, do you need NIL to keep up? Absolutely, but I'm not sure what Jim Harbaugh can do about this. And if I'm a coach who, let's just call it what it is, one of the better coaches in college football, and I don't have NIL to back me up, to get me, you know, all I have to pitch is the block M. And you know what? This is my one criticism of Jim Harbaugh, too. You had a defensive coordinator who's now in the NFL with the Baltimore Ravens. You lost him last year. He was phenomenal. You lost your OC. You lost a lot. And if you're going to sit there and say, we're going to play the traditional, line them up like Bo way, that will be your downfall at Michigan, in my opinion, for Jim Harbaugh. But NIL, that's a whole different ballgame, Terry. And who is Michigan capable of recruiting at an elite level for athletes, wide receivers, skill position players, corners, athletes that change their program around? They used to be able to do it. Rashawn Gary. They used to bring in all the number one players in the country, early Jim Harbaugh days. And now they've been struggling a little recently, but they're still one of the better programs, at least in recruiting. But is NIL going to save them? I don't think so. I think mindset, changing the way they play, is going to fix them. J.J. McCarthy goes out and they win 10 games this year, but they fall short of the Big Ten title because Ohio State runs the table, goes undefeated. Oh, man. Michigan's back on the map. More so than the Big Ten title, I think it would be more important. Why? Because with J.J. McCarthy, you're not going to run the ball 35, 40 times a game. You're going to throw the ball more. He's going to be dynamic quarterback in the backfield. You're going to attract wide receivers to come to your school. You're going to attract athletes, playmakers. And I don't need Michigan to be like Ohio State, but you're going to want to resemble them slightly if you want a chance. If you want to stick to this block M theory and line them up like Bo and win at the line of scrimmage, get ready to be disappointed, because Michigan will win 9 games this year with Cade McNamara. They absolutely will. Hell, they may even win 10 with a bowl game.
Can I say something?
But it's never going to amount to a national title, Terry.
Adam, you're a cutie pie.
Thank you.
I know you don't like it, but here's what Adam said. Terry, I disagree with you, but here's 10 reasons why I agree with you.
I thought I was going to disagree with you. That was the thing about NIL. Yeah. See, well, where I disagree is I believe Jim Harbaugh, first and foremost, saved Michigan football from going into the complete USC mode for about 7-8 years. That's where really I disagree. But moving forward, I think it's 2 things. Harbaugh needs to change the way he plays and the way he coaches. Not necessarily the way he coaches, but the brand of football they want to play.
Right.
Because that matters. That's how you attract athletes. Why do quarterbacks go to the Pac-12? Why do they go to the SEC? They throw the ball to amazing wide receivers. That's why. You're Tua Tagovailoa. You're Jalen Hurts. You get to throw the ball to some of these guys that come out of Alabama. Yeah, you look good. You get drafted in the first round. Yeah, I want to go to that school. Oh, let me go to Michigan, where I might not even start because we want the stable quarterback to start. Yeah, way to go. Yeah, you're going to attract top recruits. That's why, again, I always harp back to J.J. McCarthy. That's why it's so important to play him. You don't sit a 5-star recruit at that position, at that school, because who knows how long it's going to be before you get another one. No, if he fails, he fails. All right, so what? Fine, you can live with it. Would you rather fail with a 5-star recruit playing at quarterback or, the guy out of Las Vegas, Reno, Nevada, that's our guy. The guy that can throw the ball 3.5 yards past the line of scrimmage. Michigan needs to stop playing this way. Stop being safe. Go all in. I'll tell you who's going to go all in the next few years. Watch out for Notre Dame. Watch out for Michigan State. They're going all in. They're investing in NIL. They're investing in playing a different way of football. You think Mel Tucker's going to last at Michigan State relying on flea flickers? No. He needs to bring in talent, and when you bring in talent, it opens up the playbook. Michigan could be its own enemy right now, Terry, in my opinion.
It could. And if it did not embrace the Champions Club or NIL, sports changes all the time. And if you're trying to sell in academics, if you're trying to sell integrity, if you're trying to sell sportsmanship, you know what? It should sell, but it doesn't. You mentioned Rashard Gary. If Michigan did not embrace NIL, did not embrace the Champions Club or the Champions Circle, do you think he would come to Michigan?
No. If he was coming out of high school now?
Coming out of high school
Hell
now.
no. He would be at Texas A&M.
Right. So there's one player you wouldn't be able to get, and I'm sure there'd be a whole slew of them because, now it's what can you do for me? Yeah, I'll come there and play. Yes, give me more than the stupid education. I want to help my family. I want to be able to have a good time when I'm on campus. I want some money in my pocket.
You have to embrace it. You have to embrace it. And that also comes with the way you play the game. People always laughed at Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley. Oh, look at the way. They're so good on offense, right? They bring stars to the league at running back, wide receiver. Oh, but they never win anything. But why do they keep getting 5-star recruits, Terry? Because those players are getting drafted in the first round to go to the NFL.
Correct.
That's why. Where's Michigan's first-round picks? Now, they've had some recently.
Well, let me see. The number 2 pick in the draft.
To be fair. No. To be fair, over the last 5 years, I'm talking Jim Harbaugh days, they've done well. But where are the skill position players that go in the first round? And have they worked out? Your wide receivers? Have your quarterbacks gone in the first? Oh. So the 2 most important positions to NFL GMs right now in football, quarterback, wide receiver, on top of that, pass rusher, which Michigan had last year. Those 3, and offensive linemen, 2 of which you have not delivered in the longest time at wide receiver and at quarterback. That matters.
Does it count if you're playing in the NFL? Do you have to be a first-round pick?
First-round pick. Okay. Not playing in the NFL. First-round pick. Because that's what matters to these kids, right? We're talking about recruiting. If I'm not sending a wide receiver or a quarterback every year or every 2-3 years to the NFL, why the hell would I come play for your school? Why would I go play for Michigan right now if I'm a 5-star recruiting quarterback? Why would I do that? If I'm a 5-star recruit, why would I not go to Clemson? Why would I not go to one of the SEC schools if they offered me, if I was that damn good? Why wouldn't I go to Lincoln Riley and USC? I want to play with players better than me because they'll make me look good and I'll go to the NFL. This isn't hard.
So, in other words, here, repeat after me. Champions Circle is going to save Michigan football. Go ahead. It's not that hard to say it.
No, the Champions Circle will decide if Michigan football will be relevant.
That's saving it because if Michigan football is not relevant.
Have they been relevant prior to Jim Harbaugh outside of Lloyd Carr? They were nothing. And they were nothing all those years, even under Jim Harbaugh, because they didn't have a quarterback. They weren't explosive on offense. Their defense was not as good as you thought it was, because when they lined up against Ohio State at the end of the year, they got their asses kicked. I'm not going to kill you for saying saving. I don't see it as saving. I think it's, hey, are we taking ourselves seriously moving forward? Do we actually want to compete for national championships? And if you don't, that's fine. But don't sit there and tell me that Michigan, we're this prestigious program. We should be winning the Big Ten every year. If you're not aiming to win a national title, what the hell are we doing here?
Jim Harbaugh has brought that bowl mentality, running the football. You know, if you're a 5-star quarterback, I'm not going to give you the job. You have to earn it. And I still think Michigan, the mentality is, let's win the Big Ten title.
This is a great comment. Since Jim Harbaugh has been the Michigan head coach, Michigan has not had one single quarterback drafted in the first 3 rounds of the NFL draft.
Bam. Not good.
I would love to know how many wide receivers went in the first round under Jim Harbaugh. I would say not many, maybe one. Donovan Peoples-Jones, maybe. If I recall, I'm not sure. Top of the hour coming up. We got to go to break. When we get back, Terry and I will discuss the Detroit Lions. This is going to be interesting. This is a little curveball for you this morning. I think I kind of know where you're going to go with it, but we'll see how it plays out. But before we do, I got to tell you about what I was drinking over the weekend on the golf course, which was the Mulligan, brought to you by Gypsy Vodka, 8% alcohol. It's a damn good drink. Nick Leach is a big fan of it.
Is that why you played so well?
Hey. Hey.
Didn't play well.
The Mulligan, brought to you by Gypsy Vodka. Hey, shut up, Maddie.
He played decent.
So rude. So rude. It's the official drink of the summer, and it's made with Gypsy Vodka, iced tea, lemonade. Try it out, and as always, please drink responsibly.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
I'm hoping for a beautiful sunny week ahead, but don't worry if you can't get outside and get your tan on. You can head on over to Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where we find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Don't forget, of course, to join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. Chili Peppers has the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Peppers tan.
All right, top of the hour, Terry. Before we get into
Top of the hour.
Top of the hour is brought to you by Bedrock Detroit, of course.
Yes,
right.
it
Terry,
is.
Look,
Bam.
I like to think I'm a decent human being.
You're not.
All right, so I'm glad the crowd agrees here.
He's
the
not
point
that
is,
bad.
the point
Good
is,
kid.
Decent, just like your golf game.
this is why I get very animated, and this is why I get frustrated, Terry.
Is that why you pound the table?
Michigan is a defensive school with a rushing offense. Why are we looking for quarterbacks and skill players on a team that doesn't want them? Well, dumb shit. Well, dumbass, let me explain the problem. If Nick Saban is telling you, hey, we can't stop offenses in today's college football, what the hell makes you think you're going to do it at Michigan? The best coach in college, who is known for defense, is saying, yeah, I can't stop it. I need to start getting players to come out of high school and play for my school. I don't know, like Jerry Jeudy, like Jameson Williams, like Jalen Waddle, like Devontae Smith, with quarterbacks like Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Hurts, now Bryce Young. Oh, they adopted it. The most defensive school 8 years ago has adopted this method. And Michigan wants to sit there and be like, oh, yeah, we got this. We're going to do it this way.
Okay, what did Michigan fail to do the last 20 years until last year?
Win the Big Ten.
Right. So maybe you try something different.
I think it's super important they do. Terry, the Lions have the second worst winning percentage in NFL history, only in front of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who, may I remind you, have 2 Super Bowl
And
titles.
lost 27 games in a row.
And
once.
lost 20. What a complete extreme opposite end of the spectrum. But is it? I hate to say this question, but it is a must. Is it finally time to turn things around? Is this it?
Yes, and I will go back to my old diatribe. this is the first time the Lions have tried to be a real franchise. Once again, the Lions tried to make it in this league with the good old boys network. I'm going to hire my boy. I'm going to allow my boy to hire his boy. I'm going to hire people I like. I'm going to hire people with dimples who are cute. And Sheila Hamp, who's no longer Sheila Ford Hamp, Sheila Hamp has said, no, let me do what every other NFL franchise does. Go out, do a nationwide search, a legit one, and hire people I don't know. Let me hire people who I think are competent people. They haven't done that. No wonder they have the second worst winning percentage ever. And guess what? This city allowed them to do that. You bring in Matt Millen. Oh, just let Matt learn on the job. He'll be a good. Oh, yeah. Then you bring in Quinn Tricia. New England, the New England way never works in the NFL except New England. But it'll work here in Detroit.
Go Patriots.
Give them a chance. Part of it is this town, we're gullible. We're fools. And the Lions have been allowed to pull the wool over this town's eyes for decades. So, part of this is the Lions' fault. Part of it is management and ownership's fault. Part of it is this fan base that allows this crap to happen and still believes and still, this is my team, damn it. God dang it, don't you say anything bad about my
Lions.
team. They haven't won in 60 years, but damn it, these are my people.
My team.
My team.
Love my Lions.
I love my Lions. Let me go buy me some Lions leather.
Ooh-wee.
You ever had Lions leather, Maddie?
No.
So you need some.
Why?
You look good in it.
Oh.
Damn straight
Because
I would.
you got the dark hair, and then you get the bright blue and a little white.
I am going to get a bright blue leather jacket this year for the Lions pregame show.
How do you
Okay.
not?
You gonna be
Gotta
rocking
have it.
I'm
How
feeling
could you
it.
not?
I'm feeling
you
good
not?
for this year.
Maybe I'll get some Honolulu blue leather pants too.
Oh.
Look,
Yeah.
you can love your team, you can support them, but you got to hold them accountable. And that has been one of the biggest problems in this city, especially with the football team. And it started to get really bad once Matt Millen took over. You saw the delusion.
Right.
And then that carried over into the Martin Mayhew era, where it became, oh, well, Jim Caldwell is so damn good because, damn it, it's better than what we've had, And that's not good either. So you've had these, it's, Matt Millen, and then, somewhere in the middle with Jim Caldwell and Martin Mayhew, and then you went back all the way down to the floor with Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. And now you're finally at a place where you're not at the floor, you're not in the middle, and your ceiling right now, as it stands right now, your ceiling looks like this could be a team that's contending for the division under this front office and this regime. Why?
At some point.
At some point. Why? I hate to say it, guys. Two of the three most important things to have in football, the Lions have one of them, I believe, for sure. The second is questionable, but I think people in the town are feeling good about it. Number one, they have the GM. That's important. My recipe for success. Give me three things, I will bring you all the success in the world, Terry. GM, head coach, quarterback. They have the GM. I would like to think they have the head coach. I don't know that yet. But I would like to think so.
And they do not
We
have the
know they
quarterback.
don't have the quarterback, but what I do know in the NFL is you can win divisions, win playoff games with an average quarterback, with a slightly above average quarterback. No problem. It can be done.
Do you even have that?
I think you have an average quarterback.
Above average?
Find out this year. He's shown he can be above average before, but that was a long time ago. So he needs to prove it. But for sure, he is at least average. He is like your Carson Wentz, your Ryan Tannehill. I think Kirk Cousins is a little better and more consistent, but beyond the point, he's part of that group, Baker Mayfield, where, all right, these guys are going to suck 7 games, 9 games out of the year probably. And we'll win the other ones when they play good. And we just got to figure out how to win half of the ones where they suck. And we'll be a playoff division-winning team. And you saw the Titans do it. Derrick Henry went down, and it became the A.J. Brown, Ryan Tannehill show. And, of course, that defense was phenomenal. But coaching and a good front office compensated for not having a quarterback. Helps. So, more in my lifetime than ever, this regime, this front office, has got the team on the right track. And again, that doesn't mean I'm going to wait 5 years for a division title. No. That means something's wrong. If you can't turn things around and be contenders by year 3, you have a problem. That's the NFL. You can turn things around very quickly in the NFL. Sometimes with players, most of the times with coaching. You don't believe me? Look at the team Sean McVay took over from Jeff Fisher. They were losing. They had a losing record for 10 straight years. They had no business winning 10 games his first year, and that's exactly what they did. They had no business going to the Super Bowl in year 2. That's exactly what they did. And they had no business doing everything they've done since. 5 straight years.
Let me throw in one of you need a mindset. The Lions never had the proper mindset. And that, first of all, I always bring up press conferences when they introduce a new coach, new GM. What word do they never say?
Championship.
Championship, right. Even when Mama Ford was in charge, she said, for Quinn Trisha, they have to be in playoff contention in December for me to keep them. Now, to me, playoff contention, in playoff contention, you can be 5-7, which is not great. You're in playoff contention. That's why when people say, oh, she said, and then the people here twist and said, she said they must win. No, she never said they must win. She said, be in playoff contention in December. You can do that with a losing record. Be almost a 500, you're in playoff. That's what I mean by mindset. The mindset was we can be losers and still.
And when's the one time they actually had the correct mindset? Unfortunately, it was followed up with bad decisions. When they said 9-7 isn't good enough. We're trying to win division titles. We're trying to compete.
Now they didn't say that.
Well,
only 9-7 is not good enough.
They didn't say it, but that is that is what you're implying. Because if you tell me 9-7 isn't good enough, well, in most divisions, 9-7 doesn't win it unless you're the NFC East, right? So that tells me, yeah, we need to win 11, 12 games. That's our standard.
No, I think 10 games was their standard.
I hope not. Well, I'm going to take it at face value and say they had the right mindset in one moment in time, and they followed it up with one of the worst decisions.
But why did he say that? Because he wanted to bring his boy in.
That was also a big problem. So, again, it was never genuine. It wasn't a genuine, ownership to front office, to the coaching staff. Everybody was on the same page of, hey, this is not good enough. What are we doing here? We got to do better. It was, all right, I'm done with you, Jim. I'm going to bring my boy in. He just came off a Super Bowl loss, I believe, with the Patriots that year. And it's going to work. We're going to do everything this way. And that was wrong. But they were wrong. The idea, the concept of 9-7 isn't good enough is actually correct. I agree with that.
But that concept was never real.
But it was never true because of who was making the decision and the decision they made. Fair?
Well, it wasn't true because of the reason he said it.
To bring
because I want to bring my boy in. He had to find an excuse to bring in Fat Boy. and that was it. 9-7 is not good enough. I'm bringing my boy in.
Damn right. Damn right.
And we're going to burn it to the ground. We're going to win 9 games of the next 2 seasons.
Look, to be fair, to be totally fair, it's very important to remember that when Matt Patricia was being touted as the next coach during, one of the off-season frenzies of hiring a new head coach, he was pretty touted. The smart people looked at it and said nobody ever leaves Bill Belichick and works out.
Right.
And unfortunately, the Lions had a gentleman in the front office who had some decent drafts, but never special in free agency, never special in trades. And, of course, he botched the most important decision in his tenure, which was hiring a head coach, and he failed at that. Had he hired the right head coach, things could have been different. But he hired his boy, and him and his boy are no longer working in that same position anymore, as they should have.
And the other mistake he made, if you hire a head coach, I like a guy who's been with multiple franchises. Even if one of the franchises was a disaster, Matt Patricia only knew the New England way. And he didn't know, like if he had been a coordinator at San Diego and then went to L.A. and then New England, I would have been more down with it. Because in the NFL, you need to see multiple ways in which things are run. And so you can pick the good and the bad out, and that will make you a better head coach. He didn't have that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what we do have here on the Woodward Sports Network is our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency. Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about the good work they do?
Yes, I can. Our friends at the Sports Marketing Agency help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
If you're as excited as Adham is for the football season coming up, don't forget to head on over to the Fulling Warehouse where you can throw some footballs at Bowling Pins. That's home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling. They've got 2 ways to play, $12 open unlimited play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine as well as multiple full bars. So check it out at thefullingwarehouse.com.
All right, we're back. Terry? Have you been keeping up with what's been going on in this ongoing feud between the PGA and the Live Golf?
Yeah, how can you not?
All right, so before we get into how successful of a weekend it was for the PGA, it was a big win for them this weekend. They had some of the best players at the top of the board this weekend. I believe it was in the Canadian Open, Fish?
That's correct.
Yeah, RBC Canadian Open from Toronto, Canada.
It was a very good weekend. All the stars showed up. Rory McIlroy, of course, would win it and jump one win further than Greg Norman, who has 20, who is the CEO of Live Golf, by the way, which is all funny as hell. And now, supposedly, the rumors are the players want to come back and return to the PGA. Why? It's just an exhibition out there. It's not a true competition. And this is where I have a problem with everything that's been said. I think the golfers should be allowed to go play in exhibitions if they so choose to, and miss out on a few PGA Tour events unless the PGA changes, the structure, whatever it may be. I think that should be allowed. Having said that, this idea that we're, I am offended as an American that our golfers are going to golf for oil money Saudi Arabians who were connected to 9/11.
Yeah, I was gonna say they have a 9/11 group attacking Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson.
I find that very hypocritical considering you watched NBA. You don't say anything about the NBA in China. Why is it not okay for these golfers, again, who are getting paid handsomely?
Right, and here's the other thing. The United States government has forgiven Saudi Arabia because of all that oil. It's like,
No. They've forgiven Saudi Arabia because they're the reason why the U.S. dollar even means anything right now. Because Saudi Arabia sells oil on the U.S. dollar. That is what's keeping our American dollar value up right now. People have to remember that.
So if the government doesn't mind, why should golfers mind?
The hell if I know. Absolutely makes no sense to me. But I thought this weekend was a huge win for the PGA. And it's everything you love about golf. Competition, sport. When you watch the LIV series, and look, it can develop, it can get better, but it'll always only be an exhibition for money. Those golfers would rather play in some of these tournaments than those exhibition games. But when you're throwing out 30, 40, 50, 70, 80, $100 million.
Or $1 billion.
As some of these golfers, what are you supposed to do? You're a golfer of 15, 20 years on the tour. In the 15, 20 years, you have amassed roughly $30 to $35 million if you're one of the better golfers in career earnings. There is somebody offering to give you 3 times that for playing 8 rounds of golf. Excuse me? Come on, guys.
I hear what you're saying, but I still have to throw in these 2 words. Poor baby.
What is that?
You've only won $30 to $35 million.
Yeah, okay, but people need to understand how difficult it is to even, be on the tour, how expensive it is. Some of these guys, they're going after the star players, and they're all well off, in hindsight, they are well off. Let's just call it what it is. They're very well-paid athletes. But the guys that are, teetering on, ranked 100 to 57 that have to scrap and fight their way, and they're not finishing top 10 at every event, top 20, top 25. They're finishing 47, 63. They don't make the cut one weekend, and they spent all that money to be there, all that money on hotels, fees. I mean, it gets expensive to be on the tour. I think the PGA can learn something and really grow the game for the better moving forward because of this. I think it's a blessing in disguise. I think that what the PGA should do is implement a salary-based... I mean, they kind of have something with the FedEx Cup, right? Because at the end of the year, where you are in the standings, you get a nice bonus check at the end of the year.
But they're not going to do that.
Look, I don't have the answers to make every golfer in the world happy. You can't make everybody happy in life. But the point is, Terry, I don't see the big deal with people going overseas, but they have to accept, like we're hearing now, there's no competition. It's not fun.
The ones that this really benefits are the bottom golfers, but we're only hearing about the top. For instance, if you finish last in a LIV or LIV event, whatever LIV event, you still get $150,000.
Yeah. Which only 19 of like 125 PGA golfers get.
But on the PGA Tour, if you're one of those guys who's consistently finishing near the bottom, and because of expenses, hotels, planes, you could lose money being on the PGA Tour. So that's who it really benefits. But I don't think we talk enough about the bottom guys, the ones that are really, getting the swag of the top golfers. But I would, if I'm Phil Mickelson, if I'm a guy that's only making $9 or $10 million a year, I care about the competition. I wouldn't go. Now, if I'm on the tour, just kind of scraping by, and you don't even know my name, hell yeah, I'm going over there. I'm getting my $150,000.
Did you guys even watch? There was good competition this weekend.
It was disgusting. It was the worst broadcast I've ever seen in my life. First of all, regarding the LIV tour,
so the
broadcast absolutely sucked.
So you know why that is?
I don't care what the reasons are.
Because all the best commentators are contracted with the PGA Tour.
I don't care. It sucked.
I'm just telling you.
The golf sucked.
You don't like Jerry Foltz?
The course sucked. The fans sucked. The only highlight of the weekend.
Whoa, the fans sucked. They were all golf fans.
It was not golf, buddy. That was an exhibition. That was nothing more or less. I'm here to get paid. That's it. That wasn't.
Why'd the golf
I'm here to
fans
compete.
suck?
Yeah, why do they suck?
Because they're
PGA
barely,
Tour.
They were barely
you get
any
a guy.
there. I'm talking about the LIV League, not the PGA. I'm talking about the people that were over there watching.
The fans.
Yeah, golf fans over there. They suck.
Yeah, on the PGA Tour, you'll get a guy teeing off on a par 5, 600-yard hole. He swings, and you get some idiot saying, "Get in the hole!"
Mashed potatoes!
Adam, you're not defending those people, are you?
Go get them, Tiger Woods!
Right. When's the last time you saw someone put one in the hole from 550 yards?
Have you been to a golf event, Maddie?
Or 575?
Okay, that's
You've never
golf
seen
event.
it. So I don't know how you can criticize the fans. Oh, the fans suck. The PGA Tour fans suck too.
No, PGA Tour fans are the best.
So, Terry, you don't like the when they scream like that? That's the best
I
part
love
of golf.
It's stupid.
Oh, no,
See,
it's part of
Adham
the
knows
game.
good
It's
stuff.
ignorant. You know good and damn well he ain't gonna put it in the hole from 600 yards.
Okay, the whole golf clap stereotype.
golf
If you
clap.
go to a golf, but if you go to a golf event, no one's doing this. They're all doing that and screaming.
No. They got clowns out there doing this.
Oh, maybe the Masters. That's about it. All the other events, they're going crazy and screaming.
At certain holes, yes.
Most of the holes, especially down the stretch on a final day.
All right, Fish, shut the hell up. We got to go to break. When we get back.
Shut up.
Terry, I want to talk sign and trade with the Detroit Pistons.
Okay.
Do want to bring that up. I also want to bring up whether or not fans should, but we kind of discussed it earlier. So let's focus on the sign and trade deal. But before we do, I got to tell you about where I get my haircut and my beard taken care of every week, and that's at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. Their awesome stylists will take care of you like they take care of me. Again, that's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
OddsTrader. OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. For the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sportsbooks, head on over to their website. They even have an app that you can download today from the App Store for play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking. Head on over to OddsTrader.com.
All right, back on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry?
Yes, sir.
Sign and trade.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me. What do you got?
There is a hot NBA rumor that DeAndre Ayton could be headed to Detroit. Here's the proposal. Basically, the salaries don't exactly match, but it's close enough where you could do a sign and trade Ayton for Jeremy Grant. And Phoenix would have to throw in some other scrub player. But you could do that, or you could sign and trade for Ayton and give up Jeremy Grant and 3 other players. And the 3 players are Luka Garza. And I didn't write it down. But
Jeremy Grant.
3 players. 3 players for Ayton.
All right. I mean, I would give up Grant. I don't feel like I have to, though, because he is restricted. And what you would do if you're Phoenix is you're looking to just get something, right? So maybe a few seconds.
They want Jeremy Grant.
If they can have him, and that's all I would do. That's all. I wouldn't give up more than Jeremy Grant. I would only give up him and 2 second-round picks maybe for DeAndre Ayton to sign and trade, because we're taking
what about the junk they have on the team?
But we're taking a supermax contract, number one, right? He's getting the full amount of money a rookie can make in his first eligible contract. That's a lot of money. And on top of that, I can just offer him less as a restricted free agent, knowing that Phoenix probably don't even want to pay him that. So the sign and trade would make sense. I think it's a good move for the Pistons. I do question what the hell went on at the end of the year. You can't tell me that, look, Monty Williams is one of the most respected coaches in basketball. Very similar to Dwayne Casey. Not sure what the bust-up was down the stretch, whether he was injured, didn't want to play, risk further injury. I don't know. I don't know all the details, to be fair. All right, we're going on speculation.
Supposedly, they didn't think he was professional enough.
Yes.
Or serious enough about the game.
And look, this could be a total heist, this BS, just to get him out in the open market. Who knows? But Cade's going to need a pick-and-roll guy. You saw what he did with Marvin Bagley. Dominated in March and February. Was one of the better players in basketball. He got extremely better when Bagley showed up. You give him somebody like Ayton. I think Ayton in his first year in Detroit, I would say anywhere from 18 to 21 points a game and roughly 11 to 13 rebounds a game. And that's all-star status. That's an all-star player. And what do you want to surround Cade with? All-star caliber players. So then it's Cade, Ayton, Saddiq Bey, Killian Hayes coming off the bench, or splitting minutes at point and starting, who knows. But
and don't forget your number 5 pick.
And the number 5 overall pick. And then, you can go after an athlete like a Shaedon Sharpe, like Mathurin. You can go after some of these guys. Athletes, instead of a standard Jaden Ivey shooting 2-guard who can play off the ball. And
he's not an athlete?
Yeah, he's an athlete, but, he's not labeled as a raw athlete. Somebody like a Jaylen Brown who comes out of college doesn't really have a complete game, but the ceiling is really high. You look at Shaedon Sharpe like that. You look at Benedict Mathurin like that. So that's what I mean by athlete. Well, they're all athletes. I mean, they're top picks in the lottery in the NBA draft. But Jaden Ivey is more of a off-ball player, can shoot the rock, can hit the three-point shot, needs to get better in the mid-range, could improve from a three-point game, improve his handles. I mean, everybody needs to improve. The point is you're going high upside, and that's what those 2 picks would be.
So now you're not a Jaden Ivey guy anymore.
Oh, it's not that I'm not a Jaden Ivey fan, but the point is, if you bring in a guy like DeAndre Ayton, what am I looking more for? I'm looking for a wing defender that can get me a bucket more so than I am a 2-guard who's going to put up buckets because, well, now I have a big guy down low that I can rely on to get me 18 to 20 a game every night. And then I have Saddiq Bey, a guaranteed 14 to 18 a night. It depends on how he grows. Well, that's damn good. Then I'm getting 20 from Cade likely, and I'm getting 6, 7 to 8 points off the bench from Killian Hayes. And then I got my rotation going off the bench. Oh, and then I have this young rookie who in year 1 probably isn't going to take over the NBA unless they completely hit. Who knows? But you're not going out year 1 and expecting 15 points from the 5th overall pick if it's Shaedon Sharpe or Benedict Mathurin. You're expecting these guys to develop over time, and I'd have to look at Jaylen Brown splits, but that's the comparison I would go for. Go for that kind of career development. A guy that walks in 9, 10, 11, 12 points a game year 1, and then he continues to develop. That's the way I see this team going, and it fits the timeline. I think they're contenders in 4 to 5 years, for the Eastern Conference Final at least. I think they're one of the better teams in the East in 4 or 5 years, if they make those moves.
Okay. So you're in favor of the sign and trade?
I think it makes sense.
Okay.
I told you my concern, but I guess that's irrelevant.
The only thing that scares me is there's something going on that we don't know about.
With DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, because I was reading they were talking about they didn't like the fact that he plays video games late at night, which tells me he's coming into practice tired, doesn't practice well, is a goofball on game day shoot-arounds, and there's something they don't think he's professional enough, or as professional as they want him to be. Now, the Pistons, who are a young team, if he's unprofessional, can that weigh down the team, and can that also filter down to young, impressionable players who don't really know what this league is all about? Or are they more inclined to follow Cade Cunningham, who I believe is going to be, who is already professional and will show them the right way if they follow him?
I don't know.
Will they follow him, or will they follow the older guy who might be unprofessional?
I would say they follow Cade. Cade's the alpha of that team. I think he's the leader moving forward. It's not even a question. This is the problem I have right now. Even with Tim Darga in the chat. 4 to 5 years, question mark. Try 2 to 3. You think this team's going to contend in the Eastern Conference Final in 2 to 3 years? Are you
Fans'
kidding me?
timeline is always quicker.
That is how. Somebody explain to me how. The East is the new West right now. Cade is not in his prime. And even if Cade ends up being as good as Luka Doncic by year 3, or even better, what's the supporting cast? What, the Mavericks were the second best team in the Western Conference this year? No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Just like the Hawks weren't the other year. Don't get faked out by, oh, well, look, Trae Young and Luka Doncic got there in 2 or 3, 4 years. That's how this works. Go look at Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks. Go look at Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Go look at how long those took when they got the star in the building. You got the star in the building last year. That's year 1. By year 5, 6, you are likely contending. And when I mean contending, I mean you are perceived as one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. Kick rocks 2 to 3 years. How dumb do you have to be?
Well, if you look at NBA history, even if you just looked at the Pistons, Isaiah Thomas, greatest Piston of all time. It took him 7, 8 years.
Michael Jordan, LeBron
Jordan.
James.
Right.
2 to 3 years. Unless you sign Devin Booker, Jesus Christ, and Kevin Durant. Then we got a team. Probably not happening, though. Unreal. The Pistons, in my opinion, in 2 to 3 years, are going to be a 5-4 seed. Ideally, they can get out of the first round, but I think that first round series is going to be a struggle for them. I don't think they're going to be that good by then. And when I mean that good, I mean contending, one of the better teams in basketball. Now, when Cade becomes a superstar, and you have role players around him, and ideally you have another star player next to him, then we could talk about contending for a championship.
But it takes time.
It always does in the NBA.
But let me ask you, relax when you hear stupid things from fans. These fans have told us several times the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl. They've told us several times they're going to win a division title. So when somebody says, oh, the Pistons can contend in 2 years, that's just fans. That's what they do. Fans is short for fanatical.
Pistons, how do you plan on building like the Miami Heat? Again, like even Eminem's come. Possibly 3 years if we draft studs and make moves in free agency. Look at the Heat. It's Miami. They can attract free agents. Detroit, you can't. When's the last time you attracted a stud free agent? Detroit, I will wait. Charlie Villanueva, Ben Gordon? Huh? Tell me, when's the last time the Detroit Pistons went out and got one of the premier free agents?
How about never?
Never. So get rid of this idea that you can go get a Jimmy Butler, that you're going to get Bam Adebayo, you're going to go get Kyle Lowry. It's not going to happen. You're Detroit, built through the draft. Accept it. And it's going to take a little bit longer.
Here's what they'll tell you.
But the Boston Celtics are the perfect example of how to do it for you, Detroit.
Here's what they'll tell you. Wow, we got Chauncey Billups, and he led him to a title. Chauncey Billups at the time was damaged goods. One of the reasons he came here is because he felt he could revive his career. He wasn't a top free agent. He was a guy that people had questions about. And even when he got here, it didn't work out until Larry Brown.
Thank you. Coach matters too.
Coached him up.
Oh, wait, Dwayne Casey's your coach. He's not Steve Spoelstra. Steve Spoelstra, what an idiot I am. Eric Spoelstra, sorry, guys. I was reading a comment from Steve in the chat. Broke my heart.
You're forgiven.
No, you're not.
You don't have a top 3, top 5 coach in basketball.
Everybody makes mistakes.
You don't have a top 3, top 5 basketball. Shut up,
it.
Maddie.
Don't tell me to shut up.
Shut up.
Why don't you stop talking?
Look at my boyfriend standing up for
Wow,
me.
look at boyfriend stepping up to the plate today. Somebody got laid this weekend.
I told him just to hang on to it through the weekend.
I mean, I didn't get much sleep, so it could have happened. I don't know.
Oh, you know what?
He doesn't remember.
It didn't happen with Fish, but it happened with his mom.
Damn right it did.
Wow.
He was there. He was watching, so he felt part of it.
He was crying, though.
How was it, Fish?
What, the Friday night?
You know,
My-
last night.
Oh,
With Maddie and your mom.
It was fine. I mean, there was sports on, so that kind of soothed me a little. But in the
So
middle.
you watched the sports rather than them getting.
Well,
getting
it was it was
my
multitasking.
God.
It was on in the background, so I had to try to avoid it.
Fish
slamming my headphones
turned up
together.
the volume to avoid the screams
Anyways,
going on.
I mean-
anyways.
It was similar to the golf chant screaming, so it was hard to ignore it. But I tried to crank up the volume.
Well,
now,
let me
when
tell you
Maddie
guys.
and Mom were done, did you give them a real clap or a golf clap?
Oh my God.
I gave him a finger, and then I gave him a. Well,
Okay,
we'll see you
Fish, you're
later.
done here. Anyways, the summer of Cintron is here, and now Cintron is available at your local Kroger. They even have a deal going on right now. 2 for just $4. That's an absolute steal. Head on over to your local Kroger. Cintron is a new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Fish.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
Hey, Scott from the Woodward Bet Show. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just counting my winnings from last week. And another thing, you guys got to make sure you're checking us out at 4:30. I haven't missed the NBA Finals game yet. Tune in to see who I go with tonight. Also, you guys got to check out my new favorite app, oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at all the sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, let's get to some winners tonight. I told you I'd give you a winner in the NBA, but you got to watch the show. But I will tell you one thing. Let's go with the over in this Minnesota-Seattle game. Both pitchers suck. We think there's going to be lots of scoring. Oddstrader.com. Woodward Bets. Check it out.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, Bet. I am reading.
Do your job.
Jesus Christ.
Are you pouring a Maz?
Fish, if you don't mute
When
your
the
mic,
camera is on you, you speak.
I don't want to speak.
Go.
When I'm ready, I will speak.
Oh,
Summer is here.
That's not
And
how
open
life
all
works.
summer long. Shut
You're
the hell up,
fired.
Fish. Okay. Yeah, that's going to happen. Open all summer long from Memorial to Labor Day. There will be basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art installations, live music, food trucks. They have it all. On the Monroe Street Midway. Summer is better at the Monroe Street Midway. Check it out if you haven't already. And it's all brought to you by our great friends over at Bedrock Detroit. We're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Terry?
Yes, sir. Why are y'all so unprofessional?
I don't know.
You just called me for professional like 30 minutes ago, and now you're going to take it back?
Yes.
Wasn't he talking about Adham? Was he talking about
Just the whole scenario.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
why are you guys so unprofessional?
Anyways, back to the damn point.
Maybe because I saw
It's
something.
Which is I have a
clearly
question for
that
Terry.
got us
So
off
shut up.
track. So you shut up, Terry shut up, everybody shut up.
Shut up, Maddie.
I think she's still mad at me for calling her a heifer last
I think
week.
so.
I mean, crusty heifer. What else you got for
Well,
me?
she
Bring it on.
got some this weekend with Fish's mom
Can
at
we-
least. So she's not that much of a heifer.
You guys have to
Right?
stop disrespecting
Because
Judy
Fish's
like
mom
that.
is in shape, so she wouldn't go after a hippo.
Okay.
So here, Maddie's making progress.
Get out.
All right, Terry. Game
Yes.
5 tonight. Warriors Celtics. It's been a hell of a series so far.
Yes, indeed.
Neither team has won 2 straight yet. Golden State at home, 4-point favorites. I believe, and I love me some Isaiah Thomas. I think he's the second best point guard of all time.
Okay.
If Steph Curry keeps playing like this in this finals and they win, does he have a case to be the second greatest point guard of all time?
I think he does. I think he's already there. I know he hasn't won Finals MVP, but when you see Steph Curry, first of all, he's the best shooter in NBA history. We don't talk about his ground game. The dude has more moves than X-Lax. He can create his own shot. He can turn into a distributing point guard when he wants to. He's got great ball movement. Not a great defender. We're not perfect, but I think Steph Curry is already there.
I have him really close. I'm not ready to put him up against Isaiah, not because he doesn't have a Finals MVP, but It is very close. And if somebody tells me Steph is better than Isaiah, I'm willing to swallow it because let's just call it what it is. That guy changed not only the game of basketball, he's just unbelievable. He is the greatest off-ball player in NBA history. Why? He can make his own shot just by running around. I mean, the way the team can play around him is, I don't think we've ever seen that. A star who plays off the ball and can get his own shot by running around as much as he does. Usually it's the typical LeBron, Luka, walk up the court with the basketball, get the pick and roll, call your own play. I mean, that's fine, but what Steph does is unbelievable. And I guess the second part to the question is, can anybody ever overtake Magic, or is that unattainable?
Never say never, but from the people that I see and the way they play, no. I also like to throw in that guys that change the game or the way the game is played, you have to give them some extra points. For instance, when Magic came through, he changed the way people played on the playground. Yeah, you still have your ball hogs trying to shoot up every time they got the ball. But then you got guys doing no-look passes, trying to set people up on the playground. That's something we never saw before. Steph Curry. Now we got guys shooting bombs because of Steph Curry. So they changed the way the game was played on the hard courts or the black courts.
I think those bonus points can also be like Magic and Bird, what they did for the NBA in the 80s, right? What they did for the league, what Jordan did for the league, what LeBron to an extent did for the league. Those are brownie points, and Steph is also in that category. And I think he's having one of the better finals performances we've seen over the last few years. Definitely the best of his career. But I'm glad he's doing it, and I hope he does win it. And I hope the conversation at the end of the year is Steph Curry the greatest point guard of all time? Because I'd be willing to have that conversation, because we've never seen anything like it. Look, can you teach a point guard to be like Magic, that tall, athletic, can move, can pass, can play center? I mean, you can't do that. You can be like Steph. If you really try, you can dribble well, right? You can teach yourself to dribble. You can hit your free throws. You can hit the three-point shot. Now, can you be as great as him? Can you be as great as him off the ball, his IQ? Maybe not. But that is more attainable for a majority of the league than trying to be like LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson. That is hard to replicate.
And Magic came through at a time where I'm sure there's a bunch of coaches that looked at him and said, you're 6'9", you're a power forward. Stop dribbling the ball. You're not a point guard because you're too tall. And so Magic had to convince his own coaches that, yeah, I am a point guard, and you can win with me. Even the Lakers, after they drafted, there was people in the organization saying, we can't have this guy as point guard. It's got to be Norm Nixon because he's 6'3" or 6'4". Magic is a freak. So he had to convince people to change the game, and he did that. So I don't think Steph or anybody else can claim best point guard, because Magic came through at an era where he would not be allowed to be a point guard, but he had to convince people, not only am I a great point guard, but if you put me at the point, you will win. High school, college, and pro.
I'm okay with this list. Magic 1, Curry 2, Isaiah 3. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We're going to go to break. When we get back, mailbag time. So get all of your questions for Terry, myself, Maddie, Fish in the chat. Again, write all of your questions in the chat. But before we do, Maddie, the best defense on and off the court
is Guardian Alarm. They will keep you safe and give you peace of mind. They're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what's important to you is safe, whether you're at home, on the road. They've got your back. Give them a call today at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's right, you heard Fish. 1-800-STAY-OUT today, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go, and that's Big Frog in Novi. They've got no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround time, so you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi today or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
What's up, Maddie?
Hey, can we have a day where Adam's like, can we
I
have
literally just wish there was a camera on you at all
There
times.
is. There is. You can pull the footage.
Oh, yeah, there
if you want
actually
after.
is. Yeah.
Because of Maddie, I feel like a big frog now.
What does that even mean?
What does that even feel like a big frog.
Hey,
What does that mean?
All right.
Adam,
well,
can we have a day where you are really nice to everyone? Like, no mean things to people? Like, one show. Is that is that possible?
We don't want that.
Okay.
I am who I am. I don't change who I am for anybody.
Wake up angry.
Okay. Well, yeah, I know you wake up angry,
I die
but...
angry.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
it's mailbag time, so get your questions in the
to help
chat.
out.
Do we have a question that you want to start with, Adam?
We do. I just need to find it because I scrolled up too much. Terry?
Scrolling, yes.
Terry, is it fair to compare eras in basketball when comparing, for example, Steph and Isaiah? Isaiah was a much better defender. I would say Steph has better handles. Could obviously shoot better than Isaiah, but Isaiah was, I would say, more of an inside threat. He could penetrate the paint. He could finish at the rim. Steph Curry also underrated finishing at the rim. But beyond the point, is it fair to compare eras when we talk about Steph to Isaiah, Steph to Magic?
I think it is, but a lot of people don't like to do that. I just look at a guy and say, who's the better player, no matter where they played. Isaiah was a better defender, much better. I would disagree with that, but he was a better defender. But there's so many other things that Curry does. I mean, he changed the game. The three-point shot was something that Isaiah was not allowed to take at the rate that Steph Curry is. Yeah, the thing I liked about Isaiah, the favorite things he did was he would penetrate the lane. He'd be inside this conglomerate of 6'10", 6'11" guys. He would disappear. I had no idea what he was doing. And then all of a sudden he would emerge and do like a little layup. To me, that was pretty phenomenal, particularly at the time that he played, because when somebody came into the lane, you were taught, smack the crap out of them. You don't come into the lane. The Pistons weren't the only team that did that. Other teams would bust you up, give you a black eye. Isaiah got knocked down, beaten up, as much as any point guard that I know. And he kept doing it. But Steph Curry, man, the dude is just crazy the way he plays.
I do agree. Adam, are you paying for Maddie Miller's wedding? Am I?
I'm not having a wedding.
She's not having a wedding, so I can't pay for anything if she doesn't have a wedding. Sorry, guys. Would you rather watch Boston win a championship or run backward naked through a cornfield? I would rather run backwards naked on Woodward, to be honest with you. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. Did you try a Detroit-style pizza yet? What's the definition of a Detroit-style pizza again?
It's a deep dish pizza with the frickin' sauce on it.
So it's not Jets?
No.
Okay, so then I
It's
haven't tried it.
claiming it is,
I haven't tried it
No.
yet.
It's Buddies.
Jets
Buddies.
is frickin' deep dish.
So it counts.
No, it does not.
No, it doesn't, because the sauce isn't
It
on
has to
top.
have the sauce on the top.
Yeah, so Buddies
I know,
is
it's
Detroit
frickin'
deep
stupid.
dish.
That's the
Everybody
dumbest thing
shut
ever.
up about the goddamn
Oh, because
pizza.
you didn't have the sauce on the top and the cheese is there. You're the devil.
It's a different style,
Yeah, it's a different
bitch.
style, idiot.
Whatever.
Wow.
All right, I will
It's deep
try.
dish.
I will try to have it this week.
That's
you
a lie.
won't.
Yeah, you won't.
You'll try as hard as bringing Jeff's trophy in
You know
for
what
3
we're gonna
months.
have to do? Let's take him to Buddies.
We should. Let's do it today.
I've
Lunch
been to
or better.
Buddies multiple times. I've never ordered a pizza there.
Well, you should.
The hell
What
do
do you?
you
Yeah,
eat?
what do
You
you
go to a
order?
pizza place and don't order
Yeah,
pizzas.
what do you
Swear
order?
to God.
Order a cheeseburger like an
Me
idiot?
and my wife, we eat the Greek salad from there. That's our go-to dish. I know.
You know the name of this? Buddies
Pizza.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you.
You
I'm just being
disgust
honest.
me.
Yeah, whatever. Adam, when are you and Raj going to do the Avila Illitch thing at the Tigers game? It's either this Friday or the next. I have to confirm. I have to look at my phone and see where the tickets are. But I bought the front row tickets. It's either this Friday or next Friday. What else do we got here? I already answered this question. If Aaron Rodgers played in the NBA, would he have a better career than Luke Walton? What the hell kind of question is that? What are we doing here? Adam needs to get out more. Listen, all right?
Yeah, you do. That's
Experience life.
Actually, Adam should stay home.
I should stay home because I'd probably get arrested.
He's not like safe in the public.
You know what he is? He's that troll that lives underneath the bridge. You know, messing with people.
Does he look like him or just act like him?
No, he looks like Limu Emu.
Emu.
And Doug.
Who's your favorite for the Red Wings head coaching position? Look, by the way, I think I get full credit. If Sergei Fedorov gets hired, I have to get credit for that, by the way.
You do, absolutely.
I was the
Freaking
first
literally.
one to
that
ever
was like
say
in
it.
February.
Earlier. It was like in January, I think. It was the first video we put up about Fedorov as a head coach.
We'll put up a little statue
But
of you.
I did see Tortorella, right? We've seen some of the more experienced guys. Whatever Yzerman does, cool. I would love to see Sergei as the head coach of the Red Wings. I think that is full circle. The gang is back. Let's go for a Stanley Cup run in the
Does
next
it bother
3 or 4
you
years.
that Sergei and the general manager never really got along as players?
I think it's good. I think it's good. As somebody that works in a leadership role, I don't want people agreeing with me or, liking everything all the time. It's not good. Yes, people are difficult to work with because you're never sure if...
But what if they just hate you?
Well, it's different. I don't think they hate each other. I think at the time when they were playing, you're talking about two apex predators, two of the best in the game at the time. Sometimes playing on the same line most of the time. That is a bit... it's a bit complicated.
But that wasn't really a disagreement. It was more like, I want mine. Give me my credit.
Yep.
I'm better than
and I think
people
most,
think I am.
95% of this town would agree. Sergei Fedorov, there is no back-to-back. There's none of that without Sergei. Not only was he one of the best offensive players in the league, he could skate. He was a two-way player. He got up and down the ice, no problem. He was unbelievable. He would stick check somebody in their own zone and skate it all the way up ice and score on him by himself. That was Sergei Fedorov. So he deserves all the credit in the world. I'd love to see him as head coach, though. I think that'd be awesome.
Okay, good. I'm going Barry Trotz.
Barry Trotz is another one, absolutely. All right, Adam, why are you such a boomer? Honestly, ask Maddie. I don't know. Can we trade
Why
Dan
me?
Gilbert for the Gores? Throw in Chris Illitch and make it juicy. Look, when it comes to ownership, I think that's such a tough line to cross because you're not going to get... If you were the owner of the team and you sucked, you wouldn't sell. It's a cash cow. Why is this ever a conversation?
Okay, but we can talk about it.
I guess, but it'll never happen.
Well,
you
so
can
what?
you can fire Avila. You can't convince Chris Illitch to sell unless you blackmail him. I don't know. Unless you pull what happened with the Clippers owner, that one dude?
Or you know, Chris Illitch, you convince him. I don't think he really wants to own the Tigers. So if you keep reminding him of it, maybe he would sell the Tigers. He's not going to sell the Wings. So we can talk about it. I always hate the argument. Well, they're not going to sell, so that means we can't talk about it.
No,
we
it's
can't
fair.
wish.
That
we
is
can't
fair.
have a dream wish.
That is very fair.
I think we can.
Fair enough. Maddie is the voice of reason on the show.
No, I'm not.
Should she talk more? Yes or no, Terry? I think
No.
she should.
She should talk more, and we should have challenging questions for
All right, I'll start.
Maddie.
Maddie,
Don't do this.
challenging
to me.
question number one of the day.
No,
It involves me, doesn't it?
it's.
What are you thinking about right now?
Oh.
I'm thinking about saying goodbye to everybody and going to eat some food.
How do you know?
All right, well, now's the perfect opportunity. So all of you at home, Maddie will sign us off this morning. I hope you all have a great day. Terry as well, you're the man. Maddie, do the honors, please.
Oh, goodbye, everyone. I hope you have a great day.
Big G Energy from 11 o'clock. Bottom line from 2 o'clock.
That's all I got.
Oh, man.